right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Another episode of When It Rays, It Pours. I'm Keith Ray.
I'm John Ray.
Welcome back, everybody. Before we get started, we did decide pre-show that Lil Nas X titties is old news. So we're going to go ahead and move on without really getting into that. I just do want to say that's a pretty nice rack. I mean, from what I saw, it looked pretty good.
Let me know when he loses the wiener.
Okay.
And we'll talk about it.
Oh, man. But we there was some pretty serious news. I believe it was just last night. Tiger Woods was in a pretty serious automobile accident. John, did you have any thoughts on this?
He got wrecked up. Broke both the bones in his leg. He's going to be done probably. I don't know if he'll ever play again. Competitively, at least.
Was there any explanation for how he was able to wreck the car so badly, or was he just speeding, or?
The police, when they came out and did their, press report, they said that it's a severe, area of the highway. It's just kind of bendy.
Oh, okay.
Winding and on a steep hill. But, I don't know. I mean,
no explanation for where he might have been headed, like perhaps on his
no,
way.
he was going to play golf with Drew Brees and maybe another quarterback, I think. I can't remember.
Just kind of a champs day.
No, it's like a celebrity tournament.
Oh,
like
okay.
a pro-am. Let's see if it says who else was with him.
Oh, he wasn't alone.
Yeah, it was for TV. It was with, I know Drew Brees was part of it, but I can't remember if there was another guy. But, yeah, everybody's saying that it can happen to anybody on this area of the highway or whatever. And he's out in California, in a rented car, Who knows? If he didn't know the area, he didn't know to be careful.
Yeah, there are some really wild cliffs right off of some highways out there.
Yeah,
but,
I think
was this like a ravine kind of thing where he went down?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But, you could, I don't know, people think maybe he was on pills or if he was texting and driving or whatever, but
I figured he was on the way to get some pussy.
I think if he was on drugs, I think it would have came out through the police. They haven't said anything like that yet, so I don't know if the toxicology report hadn't came back yet. Or
high-profile individual like that, somebody's going to try and string him up for for DUI if he was guilty of one.
Yeah.
Shout out to folks living out there in DUI Nation still, That's not something I know anything about at all, Mine never happened. So.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just hope he's okay, man. Hopefully. He's still 45. Like, he can't even join the senior tour yet.
Oh, yeah.
But,
as far as being able to compete at the professional level after this.
Yeah, it might take rehab before he can even, multiple years. Who knows?
See, that was the weird thing when I heard about it.
He broke his tibia and his fibula.
Ooh. That's
hard. He had other issues in the other leg, too, so.
Like, before they even knew he was going to be.
If you saw the picture of the car.
The crash. It was a
terrible.
gnarly pile of twisted metal. But when I found out about it, before they even knew if he was going to be okay, they were speculating whether or not he'd play professional golf again. I was like, I understand that that's what the man's known for, but can we make sure that he's going to live and be able to walk?
Oh, no.
Before we start talking about getting him back on the course?
He already had the surgeries.
Oh, really?
For most of it, yeah. They already performed the surgeries.
Oh, but I'm just saying not by the time I had heard about it after it happened.
It was the same day. He
really?
got surgery on the one leg, at least the one leg, the same day, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, they were different legs with the brakes?
Well, no, it was both in one leg, and then I mean, just multiple other injuries.
Yeah.
He got thrown around like a rag doll. But it's just crazy. I mean, I grew up watching him play my whole life, you know.
I mean, dude makes a red shirt look good. Probably best looking dude in a red shirt since Bobby Knight. I mean, he's a fantastic golfer. I always enjoyed watching him play golf. He's one of the few people I actually enjoyed watching play golf because it's not exactly the most fun activity to watch.
Yeah, when he first exploded, and it was like after I'd been playing for maybe a few years.
Yeah.
So, I mean, my whole golf life pretty much has been watching him. So, that's.
And he's had some pretty amazing comebacks just, from his early rise and then his later career, still managing to get back to the top more than once.
Well, dude, this dude lost a $10 million house in his divorce, and the chick bulldozed it.
Dang.
And rebuilt on top of it. That shows you how much money he gave her.
Yeah, so we could just go ahead and bulldoze our $10 million, but it's really a $10 million lot is what we were really, I wanted it for the lot. The house was part of it. I wanted it for the lot, you know.
Yeah.
I'm looking at a lot for $1,200 a year. And I don't know, that just seems kind of perfect. You know, I just don't like bills. I fucking hate bills. I don't know. Maybe I'm alone in this. Maybe I'm the only one out there. But like, when you start telling me that there are bills that are that small that are available, I'm like, those are the bills I want.
Well, that's the thing. Anytime you buy something, you're on the hook for if anything goes wrong too.
Yeah.
That's the point. You gotta know. You gotta save stuff away if your water heater goes out or your, washer and dryer goes out or something like that.
Yeah.
Refrigerator.
Well, I mean, I'm not looking for home ownership. I'm thinking more about like putting a shed there with a pool table in it.
Back to the shed.
Well, I mean, I'm thinking a nice shed, you know? Like, I want to do the shed right this time. You know what I'm saying? Build it from the ground up. Don't be moving into where somebody used to keep the mowers. You know? Brand new shed, laminate floor, like that nice white and black checkered pattern. You know what I'm saying? Like a 50s diner. Something that you can spill stuff on. Because I want it to be, like, kid-friendly, you know? Like, because Gil's got that little one now. And I want to, like, that's why I'm going to get the pool table that's got the little 75 cents you got to pay on it. Because kids like to stick quarters in slots and push the little thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, basically like a bar for children. That's what my house is going to look like.
I'm more in the mode of making the kid nice place friendly, not making the place kid friendly.
Well, I don't know. I was trying to think of ways to make it a fun place because now that we're having like, family get-togethers, the family's getting tight again, and that's a beautiful thing. I want to make my place conducive, They're probably going to have another one, him and his girl, sooner or later. So
I wouldn't rush them into it.
And plus, I know I can't raise a family of 7 in this really, really nice shed. But family of 3, family of 4, maybe I'll have to put in a second little shed for the pool table once we, start having our own kids. But first kid we could put the little baby bed on top of the pool table till it's up and walking around trying to shoot pool with us. It'll be fun.
Sounds like you got a dream.
Yeah, man. Neon light says something, I don't know. I'm going to get one of those.
It says something. I don't know. Neon light.
Look, man's got a dream, is all I'm saying.
Family of 7.
Family.
And 2 sheds.
And 2 sheds.
There you go. Get a compound.
An institution.
Wash your hands in the creek.
Hey, there's nothing wrong. People have been washing their hands in free-flowing creek water for literally hundreds of thousands of years. Bro.
Yeah, and they also died of typhus and all other kinds of shit that you don't want to get.
Why you gotta act like just because
Keith got cholera? Dude, I played enough Oregon Trail to know that washing your hands in the creek ain't no good.
Is it not good to bathe in the creek? Aren't you supposed to? Isn't that fine?
No. You should bathe in the tub.
Well, I mean, I'm saying you can bathe in the creek. Well, I could have a wash tub. You know what I'm saying? I could pretend like I live in Texas and boil my water on the stove and then pour it into a tub, wash up. I don't know, though. I don't think they have those nice old-timey wash tubs that would fit a 21st century girth. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm
most
a little
people
bit
were
bigger
smaller
person.
back then.
Exactly.
You're gonna have to get a custom tub, and those don't come cheap.
And like
I need
I mean, this whole thing is about going cheap, bro.
A Victorian era wash basin customized for a gigantic man.
Yeah. What did Taft bathe in? Give me a Taft tub. I want a Taft tub. You know, William Howard Taft, our president of the United States.
Yeah, I know the name Taft.
Okay.
You're not smart.
He was a big fat guy.
He still probably wasn't as big as you.
I heard he had like 16 pallbearers.
Yeah. I don't know. Some of the people that they say were huge back then were like 5'10". Like the boxers and shit that were supposedly the biggest, strongest men of their time. Like if you look at them compared to now, they would be like average height.
Oh, really?
Size, yeah.
They weren't really all that monstrous.
Dude, like even back in the 60s and 70s, people were like 5'7", 5'8" on average.
Well, like Muhammad Ali, I always thought for a heavyweight was rather slender. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he was tall.
Like when you look
probably
at
was 6'3".
When you look at
6'2",
Iron
6'3".
Mike, Iron Mike was more beefy.
Oh no, Mike Tyson was way shorter than Ali, but about the same weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tyson was built like a pit bull, like a spark plug.
Yeah. And I would say Ali was almost a little bit wiry by comparison, as opposed to just slender because of his height, probably.
Yeah, back in that era, Foreman probably was the biggest.
Oh, yeah.
Like when he fought Ali, everybody thought he was going to destroy him.
Oh, he was meaty.
Yeah, he was a big boy.
Well, I figured once I have my house in the woods and get the family going and stuff, I can start my own religion. You mentioned a compound earlier. I'm not going to call it a compound. Compounds get raided. But I've been studying like different dudes who start their own like church or usually just a Christian affiliate kind of thing, you know, where you got. I'm saying, man, you got to shoot for the stars if you're going to hit the moon. So
far, I haven't heard too many good ideas this evening.
Well, hold on, buddy. Like, give me a minute. I got it. It's working, bro. What I'm thinking, but I'm learning about all these different guys. You know, David Koresh and the guy from fucking Jonestown with the Kool-Aid. All these really cool guys, right? And I found this guy from a place called Plano, Texas, and his name is Doyle Davidson, and this guy is a fucking lunatic, but he's got a following, man. And I mean, people come 7 days a week to hear this guy give his sermons, And all he ever talks about is how this woman who he was never married to, that he calls his wife, is a slut. I'm gonna play just a little snippet, because people don't believe this shit. This is a minister in a church.
This, at least it's a slut.
Wait, it gets better. It's good.
And this guy's from where?
Plano, Texas.
My wife is a slut. How would you like for God to give you a wife that's a slut? Lisa is a slut.
Lisa is a slut. That sounds like such a good song. You know? Like, my wife is a slut. How would you like for God to give you a wife that's a slut?
Was that part of his sermon?
That's his sermon. Yes, dude. He just
Some people will follow anybody, man.
My wife is a... First off, I didn't think slut was an appropriate word for inside church. Like,
What'd she do?
oh, she didn't leave her husband for him. She was never his wife.
Okay.
He just told this lady one day via snail mail letter,
You're my wife now.
You're my wife now, because God said so.
Yeah, man.
Don't fuck your husband anymore and come to me and live at my house.
People
and then
don't
she was
realize
like,
how country some people are still in this country. Like,
are you going to blame this on the people or Hicks?
yeah.
No.
Hillbilly white trash as fuck.
Yeah, straight
I
garbage.
guarantee you, there ain't one brother in that dude's fucking parish.
There
my,
is
my
not.
friend.
There is not.
It's zero.
It's zero.
Because they ain't gonna listen to that shit.
Brothers are population zero.
They be like, she's a slut. Where's she at?
Where's she at?
No, that's fucking crazy.
Dude,
no,
okay.
only white people follow
So,
that dude.
what I'm saying is...
Because only white people can be that stupid.
I'm saying, if this guy can have a church that pays his fucking bills and all he does is complain about his wife being a slut, I think I have a pretty good shot at getting an entire community around me. You know what I'm saying?
If you can get
I'll be up there
paid,
telling jokes.
if you can get paid for complaining about your wife, you're doing pretty good.
You can't fault the man for that. I've seen many a comedian make a living at it. Why can't he?
Yeah, that's nuts.
Deborah's a pain in the ass. It's Ray Romano's whole career is this guy's sermons. All I'm saying is, like,
My wife's always nagging me. Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
As long as you put the Lord in it, somebody's going to come.
All power and glory go to God. Please take my wife.
Yeah, Rodney Dangerfield, Dave Chappelle mix.
Oh, dude, this fucking orb is pretty nice, though. Welcome to the fishbowl.
Yeah. That's nuts, though. I can't believe that
I know, right?
people like that actually get these followings.
See, John, here's the amuse bouche, the cherry on top the sundae, if you will. I wasn't thinking that it was all just fucking white trash that followed this guy. I thought lunatics. Like, you got to be a crazy motherfucker. Also, his whole theory is that the devil is a woman and she lives
It's a Venn
amongst
diagram, bro, and they're all in the middle.
Well,
okay,
here's
they're
the
all
thing.
hillbilly white trash, and they're all lunatics. They're not mutually exclusive.
That's true.
Like, dude, you can be both.
One of his followers cut the arms off of her baby because God told her to. So this is the kind
That's
of people.
even further than I would go.
Yeah, she guilty of infanticide, for Christ's sake. I mean, probably the most heinous thing a person could ever do. And that's how I actually stumbled upon this guy's preaching. As I saw this fucking lady cut her baby's arms off. I was like, what the fuck? And they're like, oh yeah, she went to this church. And all this guy does is talk about how the devil is a woman and she walks amongst us. He talks about
had to prove
the
him
Jezebel,
right?
I guess.
Okay, here I go.
It's-
You're right, Reverend.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm the devil right now. I'm cutting off my kids' arms.
Because of a Bible verse that was like,
Sure, she was really classy.
If the hand offend me, cut it off. And she was like, my baby's arms are offensive.
She's the belle of the ball in Plano, Texas.
Yeah. Yeah, well.
See, and that's what I said. People call Indiana the South. Like, dude, no.
Like, no, we're not the fucking...
We don't do that shit in Indiana. No. Come on.
Also, who would follow anybody named Doyle?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre always is in Texas.
That's true.
Okay? That's where they are.
People that are waiting for you to stop on the side of the road because they're hungry.
My wife's a bitch.
All power and glory go to God. My wife is a real pain in the ass.
That's crazy shit.
She's a slut. My wife, Lisa is a slut.
Okay.
But I think we should get some t-shirts made. Lisa is a slut t-shirts. I'm definitely working on a song that makes Lisa is a slut the hook for sure.
There you go.
Basically, if I could get some of those people from down in Plano to realize that he is not the true Messiah, but I am. You see what I'm saying? Move them out to the country in Indiana, and then Jonestown's these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Because they're fucking stupid. I'm not saying... Look, I will have long left the church.
Some
I will
fentanyl
just
spiked you call it a day. You can't do Kool-Aid. You gotta switch it up.
Yeah, Yoo-Hoo or what's that good one? The Mega Shake from we can get some
anything about Mega Shake.
Oh no, that's the Slim Fast. Mega Shake is the Slim Fast from the Nutty Professor.
At least give him something with a little more sugar in it.
Oh man, dude, I'm not gonna be giving it to them. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell them that they all have to kill themselves on a very specific day in order to go be with Jesus, and I'm gonna renounce the church and leave the church. Let some other weirdo take over. You know what I mean? Following my teachings, I'm gone, out of there, and all these people die in a barn somewhere. It'd be fucking fun, you know? Like it's almost like turning your life into a troll, you know? It's a good time. I'm just trying to have fun with this existence. If I can't do fucking stand-up, I've got to start a cult and kill everybody.
You definitely strike me as somebody that usually always gets away with stuff. Like,
exactly.
Everything works out for you, doesn't it?
Pretty much. All the time and always. I don't want to sound absolute about this, but I mean, life's been good to me so far. I mean, I got a puffy jacket, so I'm not doing too bad.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
There you go. And you wore it on probably the warmest day in 3 months.
Well, I'm wearing it in solidarity with the people down in Texas. You know, the people the real suffering people in this world.
They're suffering because they gotta listen to people like that preacher.
Or they are dead from having no arms, you know?
Yeah, or their moms cut their arms off.
It's still...
That
it's
sucks.
Just like this... This guy is in no trouble at all. All women are the devil. Cut your little baby's arms off. He's in no trouble. He's still got a church. People still go all the time. Nobody's like, can you believe that lady from church cut her baby's arms off? We should change churches. No, this doesn't occur to people.
She didn't have it. She didn't have the Lord.
I'm just telling you, though. Like, the Lisa is a Slut church, which will be the first, like, disciple church of this church, where I get them all up here. That's going to be the real shindig, dude. They'll all be playing pool in my shed, paying 75 cents a game. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be awesome. I'll sell them pull tabs. I'll be like, it's God's way.
You don't have to start a cult to get people to gamble. Like,
no, but it would be good. I want the dummy money. Give me the money from the dummies. That's the real money.
They can't have jobs if they're part of the cult.
No, they all have to work.
Too much time.
They all have to work full time, dude. Bring it back to daddy. Look, God wants me to be rich. I mean, clearly, he's already made me so rich. I mean, I've got the confidence to wear nothing but an undershirt and a coat. I've got dollar bills, John. Okay? I got bills and I got dollar bills. Just saying. Got to figure out the next grift, the next way to get all the dough. You know what I'm saying?
You're going to have to work on some stuff if you're going to start getting this following, though.
I just really don't want people to cut their kids' arms off. Like, I'm not in favor of that. I want to be... I'm just saying...
Come with me. We'll praise the Lord. But you don't have to cut your kids' arms off.
Don't cut their arms.
We don't do that around here.
This is Indiana. We don't kill people. People kill themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I would rather kill her baby than just cut its arms off. Now it's got to walk around with no arms for the rest of its life.
You'd rather die than have no arms? It would suck.
At this point, maybe not. But if you do it right when I'm a little baby and I don't know any better, maybe so. Because I'm already an adult. I won't have to suffer all the bullying
of having no arms.
As being like a going around.
Or all the bullying your minister would do to you just for being a woman. For being the Jezebel.
Well, I think the minister probably would still accept the woman and the kid into the... They like aren't.
Oh no, he was
they
all
aren't
like,
banished.
Oh, they are. Oh,
they're banished.
Yeah, he was just like.
Oh, I thought he.
They weren't.
Still
he was like
them.
they went to church like 6 days a week, and he was like they were hardly even around. He like totally.
Well,
he totally was like. Not
implausible deniability.
I don't have anything.
Hey,
to do.
I don't know. She might be going to
he
any
was
other
actually,
minister too. She might be 2-time. I mean, my wife's a slut. Maybe this chick's a church slut. Like
after he,
she goes to every other church and learned that from a different minister. You never know.
She cut her kid's arms off with a pair of scissors. She called her husband, and he called the minister. So that's how close they were with the minister. Before, nobody's called the police. Little kid's bleeding out in the crib. And they're like, better call Doyle.
Well, yeah.
Pray the flu away.
You know how I think maybe that kid is better off to die with having parents like that.
It's hard enough to be unwanted, but also to be
the rest of that
a wanted child of somebody so ill fit to raise children.
The rest of that child's life isn't looking too great, dude.
It wasn't looking like it was going to turn around, huh?
No. It's mostly going to be bad things that happen to that kid the rest of its life. In my educated opinion.
Yeah, if you were going to estimate.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's not going to be The Rock. It's not going to grow up and be The Rock or Scarlett Johansson. Yeah.
Could have been little Nubby Rock. No? Well, that wouldn't... You can't do this.
Could be Johnny Wishbone. You never know.
Yeah. Well, John, I don't know. Do we get to the one thing that we were going to talk about? I know that we had... what? Because you were going to tell me, like... We got a little homicidal here. But apparently there'd be a way to keep anybody from committing murder. Somebody figured out the solution.
In Baltimore, this activist came out and said that...
Well, murderer.
Yeah.
Convicted murderer turned
but he served his time.
Yeah.
But...
those people are still fucking dead. But, that's fine.
Yeah, this guy
It's really good to serve the community as an act. You got to be active in the community.
Tyree Moorhead out of Baltimore said that the way to stop killers from murdering, which Baltimore has a problem, which Indianapolis has a problem with murders and shootings. That's true. Now, we've had a super high amount of murders in just this early in the year. But his solution is to give the murderers money.
What do you mean, like a stipend?
I guess it says I can relate to the shooters. Guess what they want? They want money. So I guess you're supposed to preemptively give murderers money so that they won't kill in the pursuit of money?
So we have to know who murderers are, know who's doing all these killings without arresting them, and buy them off?
How are you supposed to know who the murderer is going to be?
Before
they murder.
I don't know, but I do know.
You can't pay people to murder after they murder, then they're just a hitman, and you're committing felony.
I might have.
So what? You have to pay them before they murder, right? You can't pay them after they murder.
No, because then it would be. Okay.
So I don't know.
All I know is.
How does he expect us to figure out who the murderers are going to be?
I believe, from my limited knowledge that I've gained,
a machine.
No, this is no Minority Report. Okay, that is a good idea for how to make this actually work. Apparently, but sans the Minority Report, I've seen the movie Air Force One. This is America, and we do not negotiate with terrorists or murderers.
Yeah,
we don't negotiate. We're not negotiating here. You don't murder people.
Is the murderer supposed to call you ahead of time and then you give him the money? Because that seems like at least kidnapping or something.
Yeah, what you do is, I got it. So
I don't see how any of this happens.
I'm going to kill this motherfucker. Then you call 911. And then you go, hey,
piss me off.
I'm going to fucking murder this guy unless Cash App, Venmo, couple grand.
Hit me up.
Man, thank you so much, 911 operator. I'm not going to kill them anymore.
And then the person on the other end has to say, well, you sound pretty mad. We're going to give you the bonus, $3,000. Please don't murder this person tonight.
We don't want you to murder this person.
We don't want to do the paperwork. When you kill someone, we'd rather just give you paper.
If it was, or is he just implying that like all people are homicidal, which if you know the statistics in Baltimore, pretty close. Anyway,
well, that's what I mean. If you
so we like an Andrew Yang thing, because that's like kind of a cool idea. Like if you think that if you think I gotta take it. Mm-hmm. Can I call you back, buddy? I'm at my apartment. I'm right in the middle of a podcast with John. Okay. We got Chad here. This is our cousin Chad.
Hey, buddy, you don't pay much attention to Juicy. Hey, Juicy, did you get my money?
Yeah, I got your. Yeah, they call me Juicy at work now. And yes, I got your money.
See you, Chad.
Oh man, that dude's fucking rich.
Did you get my money?
Yeah, no, that's the king of the fucking paper crack right there. Fucking, what was I talking about? We were talking about, paying people
not to murder.
Yeah, like my boss, he wants to kill people all day, every day. He doesn't do it, but like if he wanted to, could he just call up and get some cash? Like, how does this work? But I don't
get the concept.
If it was like an Andrew Yang kind of thing, where you just pay everybody so much money that nobody would ever want to kill anymore, I'm pretty sure that they don't have the budget for that.
But people are going to kill anyway. Money isn't the only
motivation for homicide?
For murder. Yeah.
Yeah, I always thought it was more like rage.
Jealousy, fucking revenge, fucking trauma, all kinds of shit.
Motherfucker tries you on your way to your car in the morning, you know, just in the neighborhood. There's all kinds of reasons to kill a motherfucker. Yeah. Somebody honks too loud in traffic, you happen to have the strap, you had a bad day at work, you end that fool. I'm not saying...
Money definitely is a big factor in a lot of it.
Well, yeah.
But a lot of that is just crime, too.
What are we going to pay everybody's debts? That's the reason people kill people?
Can't just give people money so that they don't murder people. That's like saying, well, murder is justified if you don't have money.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, dude, I'm not the richest dude in the world. I'm not going to go around murdering people so that I can buy a better car, dude. Like,
yeah, how much money did it take you to not be a murderer? I mean, the money you've made in your life, the money I've made in my life has been enough for me not to murder anybody.
Yeah.
Now,
good job.
The people that I'd really love to kill, though, like if you think about, like if you were going to kill someone, I'm not saying that I would ever kill anybody, but there's a few people where it's like, if I get terminally ill, watch the fuck out, you know? So, if I was going to, there's no amount of money. There's no amount of money to buy me off. You know how much I fucking hate this person? It's like, there's a deep down resentment that you couldn't buy me off.
Here's the thing. You don't have to pay me not to murder. You would have to pay me an extremely high amount to murder just to even take the chance of getting caught.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not going to murder just for any little piddly $5,000-$10,000, dude. It's going to be millions of dollars for me to murder.
Yeah, because
which I am available to murder for millions of dollars. But we'll talk about that later on Patreon. No, but that's what I mean. Like, you couldn't pay me. You'd have to pay me an outrageous amount of money, and it would have to be somebody that I completely disregarded as a human being. Like, you know, some people are
like somebody
built to murder, some people aren't.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from.
The only way I'm going to murder somebody is if they severely threaten part of my family, you know?
Yeah.
Or myself.
Yeah, if you come at me or my family, then, or just anybody I really care about, and I'm like there, if you threaten their life or anything like that, yeah, I'll kill you. You know? I don't need a fucking gun to do it either. I'll beat you to death with a shovel. You know what I'm saying? Good thing we got a shovel handy, because we got a hole to dig. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Don't bend it.
Yeah, it's we've gone down a kind of a dark path. You know, kids getting their arms cut off, people we'd kill, murder, paying people out of being homicidal, which I just don't think you can buy humanity off.
Of the urge, the solution
of the urge to kill. Like, killing something's got to be done sometimes. Also, murder is necessary. It's illegal for good reason, but like there are times where it's like ending a motherfucker. Well, I wish we had a system where murder is just so blanket. You know, it's just it's like 25 to life.
Murder and justifiable homicide.
That's the thing, is we never really give anybody the opportunity to justify a homicide anymore. You know, it's always, I didn't do it, I'm clamming up, I'm not saying anything. Nobody ever goes into the courtroom and goes, I killed that motherfucker and they deserve to fucking die. And here's why. But you know why? Because you do that, you get 10 to 25 or 25 to life. These are huge chunks of time. Whatever happened to 6 months and an explanation? You know? How about this guy walked into the bar with his dirty old work boots all over my brand new shoes, spit snuff juice on the floor for Peggy to mop up, and I ended him. 3 years. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? It's always these fucking long, whole quarter of a century. People don't even live half a century sometimes. What the fuck is that? 10 years? You know what I'm saying? 10 years? That's 36,500 days.
No,
For somebody's life? Have you met people? A lot of people's life ain't worth no 36,500 days.
Kill somebody for spitting snuff juice on the floor and getting your shoes dirty.
I said 3 years.
No, you
3
just
years?
shouldn't be going to somewhere where they spit snuff juice on the floor.
That's 1,095 days. That's what some people are fucking bully assholes, bro. And like somebody got to put this motherfucker down. Like, what's the problem with that? Why can't judges spend more of their time listening to the explanation of the defendant as opposed to we have the whole thing set up to deny. You know, why can't you just be honest and also get an honest shake out of your fucking sentence for what you did?
Probably because the people that are as honest as you're saying are as crazy as you are right now. Like, none of this sounds.
And they've got good hearts and they don't kill people like I don't.
I'm talking about like self-defense or defending another
No, I'm talking
person.
about murking a fool because they have it coming because they fucking suck.
Thrown away for
forever,
the rest of your life.
Yes. Oh, human life is really worth that fucking much, John. Come on.
Yeah.
All right.
You shouldn't
Some
put
people's lives,
put
maybe.
yourself in that situation.
Some
if you
people's
don't want
lives,
it to
maybe.
happen.
Some people's lives are worth a lot.
If it's a type of place
Some
where
people
somebody
fucking suck
spits snuff juice on the floor, as you so beautifully said, you ought to expect that shit from some place that's that disgusting of a place to be in.
Hey, you can't decide how people ingest their nicotine.
Yeah, you can decide who you want to be around, though.
I'm just saying.
Pick a better bar to go to is my point, I guess.
Fair enough. All I'm saying is there's good people and there's shitty people, and I don't really care all that much when shitty people die or get killed. But I do hate when good people die, and I think it's about that time we talk about somebody who's actually worth a goddamn in this world. I believe a hero of both you and I. That's right, folks. It's time for Black Person of the Week. Woo, woo, woo. BPOTW.
It's the Black Person of the Week.
Oh, man. John, who do you got this week, man?
Oh, this week we're going deep. We got a really good Black Person of the Week this week. This might surprise you a little bit.
Okay.
This week.
We going with like maybe like a Booker T. Washington?
No, not Booker T. Booker T and the MGs, maybe? No, not them either. No, this week we're going with Darryl Hall.
Darryl Hall? From Hall Notes?
Yeah, what is it? You don't think that's cool?
I mean, he's a white guy.
Dude.
I know. I didn't know he was a white guy until like 5 years after I started listening to his music. But yeah, he's a white guy.
Okay. We won't do all right. No Darryl Hall then. Okay.
Okay, so maybe honorable mention? Honorable mention?
Dude, that boy can sing.
I know, man. Pipes. Motherfucker had pipes, dude.
Sang just kidding,
from the heart.
Just kidding. Okay.
Sweet soul.
The Black Person of the Week this week was born in Cincinnati, Ohio, October 26, 1951.
Cincinnati. Local boy.
Yeah, and one day away from our dad's birth. Well, on the date at least. Our few years later, but his name is William Earl Collins, and he grew up in Cincinnati, Ohio. Like I said, had an older brother named Phelps Collins, nickname of Catfish.
Catfish, hell yeah.
Phelps
dude.
Catfish Collins. And William and Phelps started a group in 1968 when he was 17 called the Pacemakers.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, they did. You know,
That's like
just,
what keeps your heart pumping.
It might not even been invented by then. I don't know.
Oh, really? Maybe that was like an homage.
Look up when the pacemaker was invented. I couldn't tell you, but they were just doing gigs around Cincinnati, Ohio, all over. In 1970, they became the backing band of James Brown. They played on such songs.
Wait a second. So, this was
The Godfather of Soul.
This was the band after the Famous Flames that took over for James Brown.
1970.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And they played on songs like Get Up, Sex Machine, Super Bad. Some big hits, So, 1972, Phelps and his brother William joined the group Funkadelic. And William played bass for Funkadelic all throughout the 70s and 80s. And you might know him by his more famous name, Bootsy Collins.
Oh.
You never heard of Bootsy Collins?
I know Bootsy Collins. He's the guy with the star sunglasses, right?
Yeah, and the star bass.
Yeah. See, you give me such a hard time, yet you love these people who love to accessorize. You know what I'm saying? That dude had some accessories.
Yeah.
He was no Mickey Free, but he was fully accessorized.
Well, he changed over the years. He got more into that, all that stuff more in the 80s, but no.
That dude could play the fucking bass, though.
Hell yeah.
He's one of the few people that I've seen play the bass so much like a guitar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's
very melodic and also with a lot of chords.
Yeah, he played a lot of slap bass. Like, he influenced some, like, Flea a ton from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Les Claypool from Primus.
Flea's the one that's always jumping around, right?
Yeah.
Is that like part of his thing, or does he have a condition?
I think it's just...
He's an enthusiastic bassist?
Yeah, I think it's just part of his show. But, I mean, he's been part of... people put stuff in their music about him, like, as homages, He's in the Tom Tom Club, Genius of Love, they say. Clinton's musicians such as Bootsy Collins.
Yeah. And he was he had that great song, I Wanna Fuck You, Ooh, yeah. Oh, wait, no, that was NWA. Sampling his song.
Yeah, that was a sample of
That was a sample, but I like their version, too. I like the original one. I'd rather love you.
Yeah, but Tina Weymouth from Talking Heads and Tom Tom Club, she's another one that's always looked at him as she was a bass player, looked at him as a big influence, but he just was a man. Yeah, I'd Rather Be With You. That's another one of my favorite songs. Just because the whole time when that was his own side project called Bootsy's Rubber Band.
Yeah.
And
which he would play the whole show in funk
from 1976, even through the 80s, but yeah, they would still tour with Funkadelic, P-Funk.
They'd play the whole show.
And they'd play the whole show of their show to open, and then they'd play the whole show with P-Funk. Then they would do encore with both entire bands. Like, it just was incredible, the shit that they did in the 70s. Like, they put on a bigger show than anybody.
Well, Bootsy would be on stage for like 5 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, like...
Well, he would end his
musicians work hard, and they work long hours.
And he'd play a probably, sometimes probably 8-9 minute bass solo in that song and sing, and then go back and take, fucking whatever, 20 minutes or whatever, then have to be out and play Funkadelic set, which is all fucking
I mean, some of the
7, 8,
heaviest bass lines.
10-minute jams. Like, he just was out of control back then.
I'm just saying, like, I mean, there are studio musicians that work very long hours, and all musicians that become great spend hours and hours on their instruments.
Well,
But
it's different than
to play a
playing in the
5-hour
studio
show
than playing
every night,
under the lights,
yeah,
on stage, moving around, changing outfits.
yeah, in overalls with no shirt,
Then,
killing it,
They would throw out
that are bedazzled.
They would throw out roses out in the crowd at the end of their show, and they say they came from Africa and all this crazy shit, which it's all just they throw the roses to the girls they want to get backstage so they can try and fuck them. So he, in his break in between shows, he would be fucking.
Careful, bro. We don't want Bootsy Collins getting canceled for trying to have sex with girls that really loved his music.
If they didn't want the rose, they wouldn't have caught it.
I'm just saying, bro. Like, apparently Woody Allen is something that should be in the news again. So we don't want to get Bootsy in trouble here.
Woody Allen ain't boozy, baby.
That's the truth. The funk and a nerdy comedy are not the same level.
Yeah.
You can't. We'll give Bootsy will always get a pass because he had the funk.
Them girls, they kept that rose in a whatever is their most prized book.
Yeah.
To preserve that shit. It's different than Woody Allen. When it's with Bootsy, baby.
We got them Joe Biden hands.
You cherish that shit. Yeah.
Well, is there more you want to say on Bootsy, man? Is there anything?
No. I mean, he revolutionized the bass, man.
I mean, he
designed a lot of equipment. He did his own custom bass, the space bass, which is a big, huge bass in the shape of a star. No, he was just good, man.
I mean, he's quintessential to the funk. He's the bridge between
he's the Jimi Hendrix
Dr.
of the
Funkenstein
bass, for sure.
and James motherfucking Brown, And from soul began the funk, I know people think of James Brown as like a soul man, but also like it. By the time Bootsy was getting in there, like they're doing that post-Vietnam fucking.
That was a
like,
transition
heavy funk.
in his career where he, was less soul and was starting to do funk. Early 70s.
But Bootsy could sing too, man. He played the hell out of that bass, but he could sing, man. He had a little Jimi Hendrix influence in there, but there's nothing wrong with that, He was like, "Hey, this Hepcat's killing it,"
Well, that's when when he started out in 1968. When him and his brother started the band. So
they're pretty much contemporaries anyway.
Prime Jimi Hendrix era,
Absolutely. Well,
he did say that he did LSD every day for 2 years. So great.
That's actually a pretty short run.
Great minds think alike.
for a lot of people in P-Funk. That's actually kind of a shorter run.
Well, that was just the full streak. I mean,
yeah.
once you take one day off, then the streak's over. You got to start back over.
That's true. That's true. You can't just be like, "Oh, well, now I do it like 3 times a week." That still counts as doing it every day. That don't count. That week should get that week shit out of here.
Yeah.
Like that don't count as doing it every day.
It's just like when you relapse and you're in the program, dude.
Yeah.
Once
all over.
Like when you're in a streak
threw
of
it all
doing it
away.
every day, that one day blows it.
Yeah.
When you're on a streak of being sober for that many days, that one day blows it. It's
that one day blows it.
Tit for tat, yin and yang.
You'll never get it back.
No.
That's the thing. But
one day at a time.
Just like your arms as if you're a baby and your mom
just one day at
them all.
a time.
You gotta. Well, yeah. Just for today, I'll focus on catching a buzz. So, Juicy's got to call it. I mean, frankly, I'm just exhausted. Unless there's anything else you want to talk about, John, we're gonna cut it out of here.
That's it for Bootsy. Shout out to Bootsy. He's still rocking and rolling.
He is the man. And we'll be back next week for the end of Black History Month. or what was it? The beginning of Irish Appreciation Month, or
I don't know. I'll have to look it up.
we'll find out. We'll find out which marginalized groups being celebrated for the month of March, and we'll do some fun shit with that.
Yeah, we got one more Black Person of the Week.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a big surprise.
Coming up next week.
I doubt if anybody could probably guess.
Oh, man. I mean, I never
Might
would
try
have
and
thought...
sneak Darryl Hall
I never
in
would have
again,
thought
huh?
you'd pick Art Garfunkel, and then I'd have to convince you to go with Bootsy Collins. Oh, wait, no. Darryl Hall. I'm sorry. Darryl Hall. They were Simon Garfunkel, Hall and Oates. They're duo groups, you know?
Hall is definitely the Simon.
Hall is the Simon, dude.
Dude, come on.
You're right. He's
Oates
not the
Oates is the Garfunkel. But
You're right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Oates is the Garfunkel.
I think there is actually even a comedy duo that goes by Oates and Garfunkel.
There is.
It's chicks.
But as sure as
ladies, women.
As sure as Oates
They.
is the Garfunkel, Simon is the Hall. Or Hyman
is the Saul.
Hyman is the Saul, dude.
Yeah, you need to go to bed. Peace out.